यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। Shri Lord Venkateshwara bestow all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and the entire your family members and friends. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita, verse number 38 of 10th chapter. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Dando Damayatam Asmi Nitirasmi Jigishatam Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam Jnanam Jnanavatamaham. In the previous verse, Lord Krishna said, I am Vasudeva among all Vrishni Kula. Vrishni means Yadukula, Yadavas, because he was Avatara. He was the only one personality who came as an incarnation of the deity. Devas, Ishwaras. Then Pandavanam Dhananjayaha. I am the Pandava. Pandava means all people are all called Pandavas. Panduputraha Pandavaha. So all five of them are Pandavas, but Dhananjaya refers to Arjuna. So I am you among all the Pandavas. And there are innumerable debate is on why Bhagavan Krishna says Arjuna, why can't it be Dharma, and why Bhagavad Gita taught only to Arjuna, why he didn't teach to Dharmaputra or Bhima. So why Bhima was avoided? So the Bhima was very intelligent and powerful too. So Arjuna, why Arjuna? So Arjuna had the fortune. We need not break our head by having this kind of useless debate. So the debate will or should help us to dig in that subject more deeper. Then we can get or absorb something. Otherwise, don't break your head. So that debate won't leave or won't lead any useful way. Therefore, just you leave it. Arjuna was fortunate enough to receive the Vidya. That much is enough. Then Muninam api aham Vyasaha. So Vyasacharya's glory we started in the beginning itself. So Vyasa, who wrote 18 Puranas, and even 19th Purana, it is said Devi Bhagavatam comes after 18 Puranas, and Mahabharata too, and who segregated all these Vedas into 4 in number. So that Vyasacharya, who is having the knowledge, wisdom like ocean, that Vyasa is me, because he was also Brahma Vidya Acharya and Krishna also Brahma Vidya Acharya. Because one who teaches Brahma Vidya, he is considered himself Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. Therefore, this you can find one thing, this is the Krishna is just practically letting us know how can we imply our Brahma Vidya. When he says I am the Vyasa, I am the Arjuna and I am the Krishna, because he himself could identify with his separate individual personality as though he identifies with others. So it seems to be what he could have that Sarvajñatvam, Sarveshwaratvam, and then equanimity with all the people. That's what Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Jagadasmi, Aham Ahamasmi. This is a kind of method So he is just letting us know that he has got identification with all of them as though his own personality, his own swan nature. So when I understand I am nothing but Brahman, so I also should say like that, I am sun, I am the glorious things, I am the bad things, I am the good things. There is nothing beyond than me. Dyutam chalayatam asmi. We have to note that words. This is it's a proper understanding of or matured, the final level of a Virat Bhakti. This Virat Bhakta won't murmur for anything happens in this world. They just accept. They have the accommodations, they can accommodate anything happens in the world because they could feel everything is Ishvara, but they have the proper understanding of the Aham Brahmasmi. That comes in third level, but Arjuna could see Krishna, how he can establish I am this and I am that. Even he is proclaiming that in Devaloka, in Paraloka Vibhuti, all Vibhutis belong to me. In the same way, when you realize you are nothing but Brahman, you will also say the same thing. That is glory, It's the glory of Brahma Vidya. Therefore, sometimes when you go with the 10th chapter, 11th chapter, you lose interest. What is it? Krishna keep on saying, I am everything. One word is enough to say, I am everything. Why he is specifically mentioning every individual name and glorifying them? This is an order. When Ishvara himself applies this process to understand, utilize or imply the Brahma Vidya, he could identify with that without any difference. So when I can identify with somebody who is very famous and somebody who is very notorious, so both are none other than my own Swarupa. How it is possible? It's only possible when you could identify yourself with that cosmic person. That cosmic person is known as Purushaha, Sahasra Sirsha Purushaha. That is what the understanding. You need to have a little bit more keen or interest in this subject, otherwise you lose, because here bhakti is given priority with the knowledge. This is understanding, utilizing, implying his Brahma Jnanam. When you utilize the Brahma Jnanam, you will have the identification, or you can see that. I don't say similarity. We cannot even say similarity. So he is like me, he is like me, and that is like me. No. So whatever it is far different than me, because I cannot be an American president, I cannot be an Indian president, or I cannot be a beggar, I cannot be a billionaire, millionaire, I cannot be a pauper. But if I understand the fact, so I am everything. That I am everything is shown, it is narrated by Bhagavan Krishna. In the last, 37, means 36, 37, 38. These three verses, they are very important, and they are taught in different way than other Upanishad teaching. Here he boldly says, Dyutam chalayatam. I am the cheating. I am the cheating among the cheaters. I am the gambler. That's what he accepts. Because a gambling changed whole history of Mahabharata. So that one incident. Because why the gamblings are kept in the world? So people got the answer. Many people we ask, why should Bhagavan create this world, and why should he create all these corruptions, and why he should create the money? So because we have the capacity to ask the question, but instead of asking the questions, you just understand Bhagavan is everything. So gamblings cannot be removed from the society, need not to be removed from the society, because gambling is a part of society, but we have to be careful Because when you go with the gambling and what Dharmaputra got, we will also receive it. This, so the sequence of that gambling, it will impact a lot in your life. Therefore, this every incident happens because of Ishvara's anugraha. And finally also in the verse number 38, Dando Damayatam Asmi. I'm the rod of punisher. Okay? So when somebody in a position to punish, that punishment comes through the Ishvara alone, otherwise he cannot do it. And that judge, when you give a judgment, whether it is punishing him or whether you are releasing from that case, that is not with that personal, particularly that individuality. If a judge gives a judgment, that judgment affects him. A judgment affects the criminal. If a judge gives a judgment or punishes to a person who is not criminal, then that judgment impacts whom? If a judge is with neuter mind, what I mean to say, so if a judge is not endowed with his ego, a judge who is endowed with Ishvara, surrendered to Ishvara, but he could able to think and analyze completely, but finally the judgment, if it goes wrong, any judgment won't go wrong, because all these judges, they are very, what I have seen now, they are very dharmic people. Whether they are atheist or non-atheist, I don't know. We need not to think in that way, but they are very, very keen. They have alignment with the dharma. I have seen many judges, they have a simple lifestyle who doesn't give priority to anything in this world. When they give, if it goes wrong, if it goes right, both are is nothing but me. That's what Krishna proclaims here, because he punishes. I punish according to their karma phala. It goes through judges. We cannot blame the judge. He becomes a role. He becomes a person who plays the role. That's all. Dandaha damayatam asmi, niti rasmi jigishatam. And also, I have become diplomacy of this. Jigishatam means a victorious people. It's a kind of niti means it's a victory. Niti itself, niti is the word which also means dharma. Okay, dharma is a law. The law, if you go along with that, you will always, whether you are defeated or you get victory, doesn't matter. You are always victorious person. Maunam chaiva ahamasmi guhyanam. Among all the secrets, I am the maunam. Maunam means silence. So silence has got abundance of maunam. So whatever you see, wherever you see in this world, the power is kept as a silence. Therefore, the maunam, even Brahma Vidya is known as maunam. Therefore, Dakshinamurti is called Mauna Guru. Maunam means Brahma Vidya, who taught this Brahma Vidya to Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumar. Only 4 Sishyas he had. He just gave the knowledge of Maunam, therefore he is known as Mauna Guru. My Guru said, after teaching for 30 years, he said, Maunam is the best way to teach. I don't know in which meaning he said. It might be, that Maunam becomes like a great example to the people. Maunam means the self-silence. When you understood about Ishvara completely, automatically there is a silence. That silence is known as Maunam. That is secret. That secret, it is a supreme secret. Therefore, this Vidya is also known as Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. Secret among all the secrets. Jnanam jnanavatamaham. I am the wisdom among the wise people. I am the knowledge. That is the direct meaning. I am the knowledge. And that knowledge, where it exists only with the wise people. Therefore, I am the knowledge among the wise people. Up to these words, he concludes everything. Now, these 4 remaining verses, he just winds up all the things what he told in the 10th chapter. Let us read it. Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna natadasti vina yatsyan maya bhutam characharam. Arjuna, what to tell? So let me complete. So I am the seed of all the beings which are movable, non-movable, chara and achara, sthavara jangamani. All beings are because of me, because I am the seed of all beings. Na tadasti vina yat syan maya bhutam characharam. Without my being, nothing exists in this world. So very short meaning, but if you want to go for deep meaning, it will take time, because when he says I am the seed of everything, how can it be possible? Because I have been born because of my karma phala. How can he become the seed of that? You should remember when Bhagavan says I am the good and bad, and he will also says I am nothing but punya phala and papa phala. So my punya which I have earned, how can Bhagavan proclaims that's mine? If I earn the papa phalam, the bad fruits, when Bhagavan says that also is mine. So it is like, when he says both of them are me, so when he says papa is me, I become happy. Okay, so I am not only the author of my sin, but when he proclaims my punya as his punya, I become a little bit restless. But that is the secret. So if everything is me, my system, that fruit which I get from karma phala, everything here has to be. When you accept, you have to accept everything. There your ego won't have the place to identify with your system. The ego remains alone. Then he will also accept your ego is nothing but me, because already he have told sarva bhutashaya sthitaha. I am the consciousness which exists in all the beings. Therefore, this understanding, we have to have broad mind. We should have at least a small amount of punya phala to understand it properly. I am the cause of everything, because the srishti is because of me. Everything comes out of me, everything goes in me. Next words. Nantosti mama divyanam vibhotinam parantapa yeshat uddeshatah proktaha vibhote vistaro maya. He started concluding, see, there is no end or no limitation for my glories. He Parantapa, he Arjuna, yeshat uddeshaha proktaha. Somehow I have made it, So for your sake of understanding, I have made it a little bit. Vibhoter vistaraha maya. Though there is no limitation, but I have made it a little bit elaborate to you. That too, so I have made it a certain level. I may continue in future. That's what he concludes. Then, yadyad vibhoti matsatvam shrimadurjitam evava tattadevavagachatvam mama tejomsha sambhavam yadyad vibhuti mat. Finally, he concludes in one sentence whatever that he described now. Yadyad vibhuti mat. Whatever the things are factors, are forces, are phenomenon which are endowed with glories, so all of them are none other than me. And sattva guna, even whatever sattva guna means, here he refers whatever possesses glories, so all glories belongs to me, and all those glories is because of my tejas, from my power and potential capacity, just you understand. It means all the creations is from me. Athava bahunetena किम ज्ञातेन तव अर्जुन विष्टभ्याहमिदं कृत्स्नं एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. He just concludes with a punch, athava, and also bahuna etena jnatena tava arjuna. Whatever the knowledge that I have given now to you, with those knowledge, for you it is too much, but so all knowledge, it's only one part of me. So there are many more part which remains, that which is unfolded, it cannot be folded, because you are limited, you are having limited device called human body. It is not enough, or it is not enough to have that understanding. That's what he means, but he says in simple way, this is enough, that's all. So now the 10th chapter has been completed. Now these 3 verses, in the last 3 verses, he concluded whatever exists with the glories in the Srishti, they are not other than me. Just we finish it. Iti Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvade Vibhuti Yogo Nama Dashamodhyayaha. The 10th chapter, which is known as Vibhuti Yoga, which is in the form of dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, which is compared with Upanishad, Yoga Shastra, and which is nothing but Brahma Vidya, is concluded. Now we are going to begin the 11th chapter. Atha ekadashodhyayaha Vishwarupa Darshana Yogaha. Arjuna Uvacha Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samknitam Yatva Yoktam Vachastena Mohoyam Vigato Mama. So now we have just completed the chapter number 10. What is the difference between these 2 chapters? Because 2 chapters, both, if you just read it, there seems to be the same continuation from chapter to chapter. Because what 10th chapter says and 11th chapter, it continues the same way. No, there is a huge difference. In the 10th chapter, so he just made what is Virat Bhakti. When we call it Ekarupa Bhakti and the Anekarupa Bhakti, now that sadhaka, he slowly converts into Anekarupa Bhakti. That Anekarupa Bhakti, see, this chapter is very important chapter, because this chapter, the shlokas are not completely from Bhagavan. The certain shlokas from Bhagavan, so only 4 or 5, then from Sanjaya, because who was having that special vision. So from that he narrates something. So Bhagavan himself, he doesn't. And another thing, then Arjuna also, after having Vishwarupa Darshana, means after having proper understanding, so he starts narrating. Because in 10th chapter only Bhagavan speaks about his glory, but in the 11th chapter 2 more people, in Sanjaya and Arjuna. Arjuna was a student, but Sanjaya also is observing, listening. Therefore, the 2 people were benefited by this Bhagavad Gita at once. See, Arjuna and Sanjaya. Sanjaya, who was not there, but he could receive everything. So both of them, they narrate about Bhagavan Krishna. So that narration is like that self-experienced one. In the 10th chapter, whenever Bhagavan says, I am Ganga, I am Himalaya, I am Omkara. So when he says everything, sometimes we lose our interest. Not interest even, the mind, it doesn't go along with that. So, okay, chalo. So if sun is nothing but Krishna, it's okay. What is there special in it? So whenever see Ashwatha tree means people tree. So Ashwatha sarva vrikshanam. Oh, Bhagavan has told Ashwatha tree. You have to live with that. We have to live with that. That interest goes, along with. But when you finish 11th chapter, then you will understand all the words which are taught in 10th chapter. Because Bhagavan, when he brings that Vishwarupa Darshana, it's not the physical Vishwarupa Darshana. That Vishwarupa Darshana had felt with the psychological aspect of Arjuna and Sanjaya. Only they could see, other people were not. Why? That's what the spirituality is. When you make effort, you will be given special experience. If you narrate to others, they cannot understand, they can't. That's what the secret of spirituality. And especially when it comes about Bhagavan, means Ishvara, the topic of Ishvara, only it depends on you and with your belief system. So when you believe, then your eye opens. And people say that is blind faith. It's not the blind faith. You can see the people who say this is blind faith, they are andhaha. Andhenaiva niyamana yathandhaha. So in the next session, we will have a little bit, the essence of 10th chapter. Then we will enter into 11th chapter. We will begin with Arjuna as the Virat Bhaktaha. Okay, I'll stop here. We'll continue this from next session tomorrow. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.